Hello, gamers.
Expand dawn.
Smash 6 roster prediction time, but like the way too early kind of predictions. Although, is it ever way too early to start predicting the roster for the next game? Probably, but we're gonna do it anyway. So I want to stress, these are predictions, not wants. Predictions, not wants, okay? Pretty simple. So I have 60 total characters. I firmly believe the next Smash game is going to be a soft reboot of sorts. It will not be an Ultimate Deluxe. So let's get to who I am predicting. 60 total characters, a lot of newcomers, and 0 Echo Fighters. That's right, 0 Echo Fighters. Let's get to it. First new character I'm predicting on the roster, arguably one of the safest predictions, Waluigi. Do I have to say anything about him? It's just his time. Give him his spot on the roster already. Yes, he's my number one most wanted, but setting that aside, it is his time. It is his chance to finally be playable, and this game's gonna finally make that happen. Next character between Yoshi and Donkey Kong, who do we got? Captain Toad? Maybe not quite up there, not quite a safe prediction, but I can see them finally doing this. People wanted a playable Toad character for the longest time. Captain Toad's got a lot of tricks in his bag, so he could have a pretty fun moveset potential. Alright, next character is from the Donkey Kong series, and you're probably expecting her. Yeah, I think you know where I'm going, but maybe you don't, because you could also say this character should be a part of the Mario series, but I'm putting her as the Donkey Kong series. Pauline! We're going with the younger version, the one from Donkey Kong Bonanza. I firmly believe she is one of the safest picks or predictions for the roster, so I'm not going to say too much. She's come back, she's very popular, people would love to see her. I think Nintendo, Sakura, they make this happen, and she will be on the roster. As for the character next to Pauline, this is not a Donkey Kong character. It is in fact a Mario of the paper variety. It would be his own series, obviously, the Paper Mario series, so he's got his own series icon, which is why he's kind of grouped a little farther away. It doesn't matter where he's placed here. This is just a mock-up. Either way, Paper Mario is going to happen. I will just say, if there's any character that ever deserves multiple iterations of itself, I say that every time I discuss Paper Mario, but if there's any character that deserves multiple iterations of itself for Nintendo, it is going to be Mario. Moving down to row 2, Legend of Zelda series kicking us off. So I'm going to say I only have one newcomer from the Legend of Zelda series. I'd be more than okay to see more than one, but I'm only predicting one. But that's because I think Link, Zelda, and Ganon all get reworked movesets to make them feel more authentic to their newer version game selves. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, but only one new character, and this is where I'm going to start throwing some wrenches in here. We're not going to have all safe picks. You got to go with some off-the-wall characters. So the new Legend of Zelda character that I'm picking is not Impa, is not Skull Kid, but it is in fact Daruk. I know, who expected? Nobody expected me to say that. Nobody expected me to say that, so there you go. I see this as Sakurai and his team, and they're sitting down and discussing the roster and just going, all right, people would like that, but maybe we have ideas, or we want to come up with just a different idea than what people are expecting. And I can totally see them doing this with the Legend of Zelda series, which I'm okay with. Again, at least it gets a brand new face for the series on the roster, which is desperately needed. Moving down the row, we got the Kirby series. I have 2 new characters. The first one is, again, a very safe pick. Bandana Waddle Dee. Alright, I don't need to say much. Spear wielder. Give him elemental powers as a part of his spear moveset as well. Spice things up a bit, but safe pick. So let's go with a maybe not safe pick. I don't know how people are going to deem this one, but what if they kind of go with a meme pick here? Sakurai coming off of Kirby Air Riders 2, so we're probably going to get a pretty decent dose of Kirby content. So we'll get two new characters from the Kirby series, Bandana Waddle Dee and Rick. That's right, I said it. I went there. Would anybody actually like to see Rick? Just let me know down in the comments. Final character in row 2, right after Fox, right after Wolf. You'll notice there's no Falco. I'm sorry, I cut Falco. Yeah, I know. Let me hear it in the comments. Why'd you cut Falco, but you cut Wolf? Whatever, shut up. The prediction I have is not going to make it any better, but I kind of see this in the same vein as the Legend of Zelda series. They go kind of off the beaten path a little bit, and we're going to get Pigma. He's a villain, so like that's kind of cool. We get more villains on the roster. I'm always okay with that. but I think they throw another curveball and we get somebody like Pigma, so there's another prediction. Row number 3, starting with the Pokemon series. 2 new Pokemon newcomers. So we're keeping Pikachu, we're keeping just solo Charizard, we're keeping Lucario. So the first new Pokemon newcomer is going to be Ditto from Pokopia, okay? Okay, look. The moveset potential's like insane. I know it's another Gen 1 Pokemon, but that didn't really factor into my decision here, so I think this could be a safe pick, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's still kind of an, I don't want to say under the radar pick, but it's still a prediction nonetheless, okay? But we still got one more new Pokemon, and this one is going to be a little strange, but I'll see if this makes sense. My prediction is Armarouge and Cerulege, but here's the kicker. Here's the prediction. You can only play as one of them, but they are both there, so they will not have a swapping mechanic. They will not have like a transforming, you know, like Pyramithra, for example. They will not have that. You have to choose either you playing as Armarouge or Cerulege at the beginning on the character select screen, so then when you go into battle, you are only that Pokemon, okay? I know this is a little strange, but this is why my prediction is a little different. I think these are, I know these are very heavy fan favorite Pokemon. I can see them being playable. I can see both of them being playable. But my little twist again is you only play as one of them for the entire battle. Again, you could just have them swap out to each other, but that makes no sense because they don't actually do that in Pokemon. So they're not going to do that in Smash. All right, next series, Fire Emblem. Keeping Marth, keeping Ike, keeping Robin, but we are going to be adding, what's his name? Kai. There we go. I forgot his name. I'm actually looking forward to Fortune's Weave. So that was kind of embarrassing, but I think Kai, one of the main protagonists, I think this may be a safe bet. Although there's more playable protagonists, so they could, you know, go a different route, but I think Kai is going to happen. But I did say there's more than one playable protagonist, so I'm going to say they double down on Fire Emblem. Again, prediction, not a want, okay? But my prediction is they give us 2 new Fire Emblem characters, both from Fortune's Weave, Kai and Theodora. I think we get that. We get 2 new playable characters, 1 new male, 1 new female. But either way, 2 new characters. Fire Emblem loves to be forced down our throats at times in Smash, and I could see them kind of doubling down on that for the next Smash game. All right, final character in row 3. We got Samus, we got Ridley, maybe again another very safe pick here, but Psylocke, he's getting a lot of screen time. He's a fan favorite after all. The moveset is there. Like, he didn't even get a Spirit in Smash Ultimate, which still baffles my mind. But Psylocke's absolute prediction, maybe definitely leaning in the more safer prediction, but I still got to predict him. I think he's happening. All right, row 4, right after Inkling. Well, of course, we're keeping Inkling, so that means we got to be receiving Octoling. There's plenty of items, plenty of weapons that Inkling does not use that the Splatoon universe has at his disposal, so Octoling would be great. Again, not an Echo Fighter, a completely unique fighter. They might have like the same ink mechanic, you know, you got to ink up the opponent, and then the more ink they are, the more damage you can cause to them. But the way their play style, maybe they're slower and they hit harder or something like that. But I think, again, probably another safe bet here, but I had to put Octoling on here somewhere. All right, moving down. We are now entering the Xenoblade franchise. We're keeping Shulk. We're going to keep Pyra and Mithra as a 2-in-1 character. And we will be adding this girl. What was her name? Eleanor. Eleanor, that's her name. I don't know much. I have to go back and rewatch the Xenoblade Genesis trailer, but I think this is the main character. So whoever the main character is from that one, sorry I forgot to do research, but I'm just going to predict that she makes it onto the roster. All right, last character in row 4. After the Miis, yes, we're keeping the Miis. Of course, we're keeping, a little before this, we're keeping Villager, Isabelle, Little Mac, Duck Hunt is Stain. That is a prediction. And we'll keep all 3 classes of Miis. I'm not adding a new class of Mii, but we're getting into a first for Smash Bros. And that would be the first ever indie character being playable. I'm going the Knight from Hollow Knight. I think this could happen. You could end up being just a Mii costume down the road, but I do think we finally get a playable indie character. I think the Knight is a very strong contender to take that spot. All right, bottom row, all third-party characters. What do we got? Four left. So Sonic, question mark next to Sonic. Who could that be? It's from the Sonic series. I'm just going to tell you, Shadow. Not an Echo Fighter. Shadow will be unique to himself compared to Sonic. And of course, Sonic needs a rework in his moveset as well, but you know, that's for a different video. But Shadow, another prediction. Maybe a safe prediction, but maybe not. We've been predicting Shadow for how long and he still hasn't happened, so maybe it's not a safe pick. All right, then we are keeping Bayonetta, Ryu from Street Fighter, and Cloud. So who are we adding after Cloud? Is this a Final Fantasy character? It is not, because it's actually Bomberman. Give Bomberman his dues. Bomberman is a legend. Treat him like one. We got him as, I don't want to say it was a letdown, but it was kind of a letdown when they showed his assist trophy in Ultimate. I was like, oh, well, that was rude. But so this time he gets the assist trophy upgrade to playable character, just like Little Mac and Dark Samus before him. So there you go, Bomberman. All right, after Bomberman, another third-party character. Is it from the Bomberman franchise? Am I doubling down on this? No, I'm definitely not. Jonesy from Fortnite. This, I don't want this. This just will not leave my mind anytime I think of the next Smash game roster. For some reason, I just keep seeing Fortnite. I just keep seeing Jonesy as a playable character. So I'm just going to leave that there. This is not a want. I think he could have a fun moveset. I will say that. But I don't know. Jonesy, Fortnite, in Smash. What do you think? All right, now the final character. Honestly, I don't even remember. Hold on. I'm trying to think. I don't need to think. 3, 2, 1. Who is it? Oh, Rayman. Okay. How did I forget that? Rayman will be playable, kind of like Bomberman. It just feels like it's overdue, kind of, you know? Does that make sense? Rayman finally gets in. Give Rayman his spot on the roster. Let's make it happen, Nintendo. Let's make it happen, Sakurai. Give the fans what they want to see. So that's my roster. 60 total characters. The last question mark is just meant to be like the random, just in case anybody wants to ask. But there you go. There's my roster. 60 characters. What do you think? Good, decent, trash? I'm probably going to receive a lot of trash comments, which is fine. It's all good. It's all up to everyone's opinion, and mine's different than yours, and that's okay. Either way, that is it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed somewhat, and I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.